I would like to float a team to you that I personally would hate as a Ranger fan, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense to me in my head, and that's the Houston Astros. Isaac Paredes is out for they think significant time at third base, and that kind of opens the door at least for the conversation
Yeah.
of, hey, if we're serious about this team being good, and I think they are. I think Houston's like, yeah, we're pretty like the pitching is
Oh yeah,
there.
they're the Houston Astros.
I think the injury to Paredes, it throws a wrench in the whole third base market, in my opinion. I don't know if they do it, but I think it's a conversation that you would have if you're the Houston front office and you're serious about, because the AL right now, just as a whole, is so wide open. Like the
Absolutely.
National League is stacked. I mean, the Brewers, the Cubs are the two best teams in baseball, and I don't think any of us expected that at the beginning of the year because the Dodgers and the Mets and the Phillies exist. Um, the NL is just so deep. The AL is like the exact opposite. Like it's wide
Yeah,
open. So if Houston
it's
adds
very wide open.
a bat, they're the favorites suddenly, maybe even over
Yeah.
the Tigers. I don't know. It's a thought that I had driving home.
Well, and to kind of expound on that thought a little bit, I think from a roster construction standpoint, that's beautiful. I mean, you would get Jordan Alvarez coming back, a left-handed masher. They already have some other lefty bats in that lineup, so you could kind of start to overall like balance out the okay, we need another right-handed bopper in there. Because I mean, like what Pena isn't he a right-handed hitter?
Yeah.
And I mean, should know more about the Astros, but on the spot, not pulling it off. But either way, like adding another righty to the lineup feels like that balances that team even more. It's just the Houston Astros farm system is not as good as what it was maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago when they were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. They're down with the Atlanta Braves for one of the worst farm systems. As a Braves fan wearing our AAA Stripers jersey, it's not a good farm system. So that's where I think, from a fit standpoint, I love it. I think I love it more than even the Yankees or the Seattle Mariners or the Cincinnati Reds. But I feel like those other three teams have more prospects that can actually get the deal done as opposed to Houston being able to with Paredes out. But Paredes being out and having that spot there, I think it's a perfect landing spot for him if Houston can figure out how to do the deal.
Yeah, I will give you one more team I was thinking about that you didn't list because I think I'm not going to list teams that you just listed. I think the Cubs are a real interesting spot. I think if you look at that lineup and the Cubs are like, we have 1 year with Kyle Tucker, and by golly, we're gonna try to go for it. They need pitching, yeah. So does the rest of the league. But if you are gonna throw a bat and you're like, hey, we're going all in because we're the best team in baseball somehow. We have a hired gun in Kyle Tucker. We have one of the most exciting players having a breakout season in PCA. Seiya's been really good. Dansby is here and he was supposed to like kind of help turn this whole thing around and now it's happened and we have other pieces plugging Suarez into that lineup. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches for the Cubs. I don't know if they do it, but it would be again, same as Houston, it would be a conversation that I would have in the
Yep.
front office of like how much does this cost and then how in are we actually this year because of how loaded the NL is, but also it's like how many shots are you going to have realistically to be one of the best teams in baseball and maybe just be a bat and an arm away from another World Series. Like I don't know. It's a real interesting conversation for Houston and the Cubs. I guess if you were to put if you're like, just pick a team, I think I would also probably land on the Yankees. But I do think second place in my mind is the Cubs, and then my wild card, I guess, for Suarez is Houston. Because
Yeah.
the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. I guess let us know. Who do you think Suarez is going to get traded?